Well, once again, with the travels, we just find extremes all over the place. Here we are today, and we're going to set you a challenge now. We're at a retail park. This is Bolton, just off the M61, right opposite the Macron Stadium, which is where Bolton Wanderers went bust. Anyway, so we've got a massive, massive retail park here, really busy. This is a popular place. It's got a mass of stores, and we've come here today to have a look at the EV charging. So, challenge to you, my viewers, is how many chargers and which type, which power, fast, rapid or ultra rapid, how many chargers are on this location with that many cars, potential customers? Have your guesses? We're now going to take you down and we're going to show you exactly what is here. I'm Dave, this is Dave Takes It On, and just follow me as we head down into the dungeon that's the EV charging installation for this retail park. Now, I've got to be careful here when I'm talking. I can't multitask. I don't want to go head over heels down the stairs. But the chargers are here. They are quite well advertised from the ground level. But here you now get an idea of exactly what's available. And I do have to say, if you are in charge of EV charging for this location, you might have picked the wrong job. A number of my viewers will know I am a big EV enthusiast. There's no doubt about that. And many of you, if you've been with the channel a while, oh, by the way, if you haven't, maybe a good time now, subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, really helps the channel. Anyway, viewers might remember I came here and filmed shortly after I got my Tesla Model S, my very first EV. And I was here filming. Now, what I found at the time was this was fairly typical. This was almost 5 years ago. This was fairly typical that you could go to a location and you would be lucky to find a rapid charger, very, very lucky to find an ultra rapid, and plenty of fast chargers, a little 7-11 kilowatts. Now, a little bit of history for you viewers. This is BP Polar. And for those of you who don't know, this is what BP was before they became BP Pulse. And this was 4 years ago. This is 2020. So these chargers are ancient. And in fact, I was here when I first got my EV, my Tesla Model S. And I came and filmed here. And the sad thing is that in 4 years at this location, nothing has changed. Nothing at all. So what have we got? Believe it or not, these are 50 kilowatts. 50 kilowatt. These are criminal. Okay, so we have a 50 kilowatt, it's got CHAdeMO, and it has CCS2. On this one, it is one of the older ones, but it doesn't have the Type 2 charger. So we have two charging bays here. I am of the opinion, I could be wrong, but I'm of the opinion that it's either or. It's not a dual bay. It is, you can only use one at a time. It is only 50 kilowatts. However, there's CHAdeMO. So what else have we got? We got two of the fast chargers, and these are rated at 11 kilowatts. And these are dual bay, dual cables anyhow. So this is prior to that, BP Chargemaster, before Polar, and then before Pulse. So these at the moment, these are, they're not contactless. These are RFID only. So you do need to order in advance for these. And also you need to bring your own cable. So there's two cables here, two cables there. I don't know how many cars there are, must be several hundred, could be heading up into even up towards the 1,000 mark. Huge, popular park, everything's going on here, all the start shops, all the stores, there's cinemas, there's restaurants, there's everything you could need here. And we have 4 fast chargers and 1 Polar CCS2 charger, 50 kilowatts. I mean, it's BP taking the mickey out of us here. But as a Tesla driver, I didn't experience any of this at all, because where I live, and before I got my home charger, there was a Tesla supercharger 4 miles away. That's at John at Richards. Since then, there's another one opened up, which is 2 miles away, and that's 15 of the V4 chargers at Walton Summit. And if I don't like either of those, 30 mile away, I've got Manchester, Trafford Park, and there's 15 chargers there, all Tesla superchargers, and that one's open to all. And then just down the road, about 30 mile, I've got Trentham Gardens. In other words, as an EV driver, I was absolutely spoiled for where I needed to charge. Now, once I got a home charger, that disappeared, because I do virtually all of my charging at home now. And it's only out on road trips that I actually need to use the chargers. But back then, it was a very different story. And I have to say that if I'd have bought my car and it wasn't a Tesla, and this was my alternative charging, this was all that was on offer to me, I personally would never have bought an EV, ever. I just wouldn't do it. This is appalling. 4 years ago, this was appalling. Today, it is absolutely disgusting that on a retail park of this size, with hundreds and hundreds of cars, that all they've given you is one 4, 5, 6-year-old BP Polar, 50 kilowatt, and 2 fast charger bays, each with two charger connections. The potential here for people coming and shopping and leaving their car there for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours while they do their shopping. They go and have a lunch, there's Nando's over there, and then they go to the cinema, and then they do a bit more shopping. Huge potential, and look what we've got. And typically they're not being used. We've got one brave soul here, and one of the main reasons that's not being used, that particular charger at this particular moment in time, 50 kilowatt charger, 79p a kilowatt hour. Couple of mile up the road, Tesla supercharger, open to all, 42p per kilowatt hour, and it's a 250 kilowatt charger, 5 times the size. This is, it's difficult for me to explain. I've been sheltered from a lot of this, so I have to say that forget Elon Musk and everything else. If you want a nice, easy life with an EV, just get a Tesla. You've got superchargers everywhere, ridiculously low price, incredibly easy to use. You don't have to worry about it. The car will guide you there. If you're on a long journey, it will plan your stops for you and tell you how long you have to stop there. It'll precondition in advance. It's an absolute dream of a situation. And I didn't realize just how much of a benefit that was to me. I did a lot of research before I switched from my old ICE car. It was a Citroen C4 Picasso diesel, and this was my first ICE car. I went straight into a Tesla. But for me at the time, I was a rep on the road, and so one of the most important things to me was the charging structure. And that was virtually a no-brainer back then. You've got to go Tesla, because nobody else is doing, well, this is what they were doing. So I've been spoiled all the way along, and I do go out and film these chargers and other locations, and I comment on them, but I have not experienced what it's actually like to have a non-Tesla, and there's some very nice cars that aren't Teslas, and have to put up with this, not being able to find a charger, and then finding things like 50 kilowatts at 79p. I'm surprised more of you do this than I would have thought. It's quite amazing. So we're going to follow up with this, and we're going to start looking at what's the world like for EV drivers who don't have Teslas. Anyway, for now, that's a lot. So thanks very much. If you have enjoyed this, please click the like button. And for those of you who haven't, and we know there's a lot of you out there, please subscribe now. It makes such a big difference to the channel. And a massive thank you to all our Patreon members. You've been with us a while. You're supporting the channel. Thanks very much. I'm Dave.